events, how to get started. What do you sell? What inventory do you have? What do you do? I don't know. Every event I've gone to has worked differently. Sometimes I've pre ordered before to have bundles ready. Sometimes I have just brought the stuff that I had. Sometimes I've taken absolutely nothing except for some items for display and just taken orders. What works now? I honestly can't tell you what can work for you, but I can tell you what is working for me. I have a small event that I go to that is local to me. And what they allow me to do is have a table, $10. It's for 2 hours. It's a great setup because they have a table, they have a chair for me. Guys, I'm Cassie Bollinger, and I'm going to talk to you about what I do to get ready for this small event that is local to me to get my name out and to make sure that I have products for the customers. Now, do I place orders? No. I am literally dwindling down any of my overstock. And these are not items that I've just hoarded or that I over ordered. These are my items that at some point either I wanted it for the video or I wanted it for display, but it was never actually used, that I need to clean out. I need to empty out my office. There's always times that there's really great deals. Like I love getting excuse me, I love getting ready for flash sales. And when I see an amazing deal, then I snag it. But as my husband says, if it doesn't fit in my office, it can't stay. And I have now moved stuff from my office to the spare bedroom. And so I need to figure out how to clean stuff out. So I was able to find a local event. Now they do I guess they do meet quite regularly. But I don't go every week. I think I don't know. I can't even remember. I just know that it's this month. I'll have to look to see when the next month is that they're doing it. But it's a get together and they allow different vendors to come in for $10 and they set it for 2 hours. It's not something that's set in stone. So I did look through compliance. It's not anything set in stone. It's local to me. I'm just coming in and I'm bringing items. So I am pre-bagging items. This is one thing that I've changed from all my other events is that I'm pre-bagging and pre-sorting. I don't just take my huge bins and I have actually 8 bins of wax. I separate all of mine by fragrance family and then all the licensed stuff is separate. I have tons of them. I've taken those to events and it's heavy. It's very bulky and so it's hard to maneuver. It's not easy for just one person to carry. So I was trying to find something easy. It's a 2 hour event. I don't want to spend 2 hours setting up for a 2 hour event and then have 2 hours to break down. Oh, I have a loose hair. Sorry. So what I did is I pre-packaged them into fragrance families. So this happens to be fruity. Now, one thing I did try to do is since they're all sorted, is I try to make sure that the color assortments were appealing. I made sure that you like this is the rainbow one. This is a fruity one. It starts with shamrock splash and then goes all the way down to whatever's down here. But I pre-made, pre-packaged, and then came up with labels. And on another thing, if you are doing a lot of events that you are having to make labels and labels, and then you have to buy all these different labels, guys. Oh, let me turn this way. Do you see what that says? For UPS shipping only. I get these for free. Now, it's two labels. So these are 2 shipping labels. Now, the funny part is that I never have to worry about what's written on these sides because they end up getting cut. One thing that I do, like I will just print them. I just make sure that that there's nothing that goes over the middle. And then I just cut them out. That way they can be whatever shape, round, square, it doesn't matter. These sheets are free. UPS business, they send them to me because I use them for my UPS shipping. But whenever I need labels to put something on there, this is what I do. Okay, so this is how I break down the little event that I go to. I prepackage all of the wax. Now, I'm not buying any new wax to go with these. These are all waxes that I currently have. So if you have an overabundance of wax, then this works great. All of them are separated by scent. So I know that all of these are the fruity, all these are floral, all these are bakery. and most of them are right. There has been times this stuff got moved over, but I try to make sure when I'm looking through them, I either categorize them by types or by color. So when I did some of my bakery, I did an apple group and then I did like a pumpkin group. Um, on items like this, so if this was all the colors, then I would kind of do them color coded. And this is just me, my anal retentive, that I'd probably put them somewhat like this. And then I would package them because that way it kind of like goes down. This green is darker than the blue, so I may even put the blue like at the top. But I just make sure that it's appealing, and then I put them in a treat bag. Now this is only 5. This was just an example of how I move the colors around. But the treat bags I get at the dollar store, 25 of them for $1. They're the little treats for the birthday parties or for Halloween, like goodie bags. They're really great. This is one that I put in one of my fragrance flowers. So it's not very big. It's to hold small items. And I just fold them over at the top and I put my little thank you to hold it down and the label on the outside. Now, all my waxes are labeled individually. I don't need to label them on the outside because what's the point? I need them on the inside in case they swap them or trade them out or give them to a friend. But these treat bags have saved me so much money and they're for smaller items. Now, if I get to the larger items, then I have the Scentsy bags, then I have some other bags, cellophane bags that I've gotten that I can kind of try to keep them as close as I can to the size that they are. Like this one, this fragrance flower. I saw this. I literally, they're now 2 boxes. I can open the one with the flower, show them the flower, and then the scents right here. I also make sure when I open and I do this flower that if I don't have, like, I always give them a coaster, but I always make sure that the flower name is listed at the top. Because normally this coaster goes down the side or the back. I don't leave it on the top. I just left it here to make sure I could grab it. But that way I can see what flower it is and then they can see the scent. I love the flowers. Absolutely love the flowers. I do still have problems with some of the poinsettias. I still have a couple left over from Christmas last year of absorbing. And the sunflowers take a long time. Those are the only things I found, but I do love the flowers. So I love decorating this way because it's cute. They can see it. I don't have to have a whole bunch of them open. I just prepackage them. Here they are. If I had multiples that I guess if I started getting a lot of requests being like, "Oh, I love that, but I don't like the flower." They don't know what the flowers look like. If they're wanting to order, then I'd give them an option. But if they're getting what I have for a grab and go, then they're going to get what I have. So let's kind of, I know I'm a little bit everywhere, but guys, I'm just getting back into all of these videos. So I'm a little spacey, but it's okay because you're going to stick with me on this. Don't buy inventory if you have inventory to sell. I had heard something from a video that said, if you have a warmer, a bar of wax, cleaning supplies that still have the plastic on it, they're not being used, they are not making you money. It's not making you any money collecting dust on the shelves. It's not making you money to have it in a bin or a closet or in a drawer. Now, if it's for your own use, then that's great. It's kind of like backup. Stock up. I do. My cleaning supplies I stock up, the laundry I stock up because I want to make sure I don't run out because I can't just go up to the store to go grab it. I have to wait for it to be shipped. So I make sure I stock up. But there's times that they are bundles that come out or new scents that come out that I want to try. I want to smell it. I want to be able to talk about it. So I will get those. And then if I don't use them for me, then this is where this event comes in. So my washer whiffs. I'm trying to expand them and let them know that Scentsy has laundry. I'm trying to expand and let them know that they have cleaning. So I'm taking a couple of the cleaning items and some of the laundry items that I have that are extras. Like they came in a whiff box that I didn't sell. So that whiff box gets broken down, all those pieces get put up. And so I also have random ones that way. Flash sales. There's so many different reasons on why I have extra stuff. I do events. I do events during the fall, but I don't have events all year round. I'm not one. I do not like events. I don't like events. That's a personal thing to me. I don't get satisfaction out of spending 2 hours to sit for 6 hours, 2 hour setup, sit for 6 hours. And I'm limited because I can't be out in the heat because I'm not going to try and buy, like, events are just not my thing. But small events, I take normally 4 bags of products. It took us 30 minutes to set up the last time we went. It took us about 30 minutes to load up and we were done. I absolutely loved it. I didn't take the large items. I didn't take warmers. I didn't take diffusers. I took wax, scent circles, my car bars. Um, I took some of the tabletop fans, the pods, very small items, and I go through and I'm labeling everything. I'm getting the stickers. This time they can be entered into a drawing for goodies. I have some odds and ends of goodies. I don't ever specify that it's Scentsy. I don't ever specify it's anything else, but that's why I have these. It says, smell you later. Take the lid off or flip onto your warmer. Scents may be retired, but still fab. I'm taking all of the testers that I've had for the last 4 or 5 seasons, and I bagged them up 3 packs. I didn't bring any in here. I should have thought about that, but I didn't. I'm just utilizing what I have, and then I'm asking them questions. I'm trying to engage because it's only 2 hours. I can put on a face and engage with anybody for 2 hours. I get very overwhelmed peopling. I have social anxiety because I don't really see a lot of people anymore. I work from home. I've been going to school online. I don't have a lot of interaction with people. I'm getting back out there. I'm getting better. But that's why one thing I don't like about events is that I don't know how to do small talk. I can talk Scentsy all day long. I can tell you about Scentsy, but I don't know the questions to ask to see what you want about Scentsy. So I'm working on it. It's a process. It'll be like that forever. But I can definitely talk about it. I can definitely educate people on what's going on because I love the products and I know them and I use them. Gosh, I use everything. There is not a single product that we have that I don't use. I used to say I didn't use the pet stuff. I do use the pet stuff. I even use the deodorizer on my cat occasionally because, oh my gosh, sometimes she shooey. So I have used every product that we have. Um, so it's just basically going through and being like, do I need 50 buddy clips? I don't buy buddy clips anymore. And I don't buy the buddies. If you guys have watched me for a while, I used to have a whole shelf of just my buddies. And it used to be all over on the side and up around the room. It was just buddies and buddies and buddies. And I love the buddies. But you know what? I had to stop buying the buddies because I didn't have room. I didn't have room and they weren't being used. They were for my pleasure. They were just because I loved them so much, but they were getting dusty. And so I put them into totes because one day when we have our house and when I have my own room, I will figure out a way to hang the buddies or put them up or whatever when I have an area that I can utilize that I don't need for functionality. With that all being said, utilize what you have. It doesn't matter if all you have is 50 bars of wax, and take those 50 bars of wax. Sell them individually, sell them in bulk, or sell them like in a 6 pack or a 3 pack. I come up with easy pricing because I go through and I calculate, okay, if I spent, if I bought each one of these bars individually, $6 a piece for each bar. If I bought 3 of them, that'd be $18. Take off my 25% commission, and then I see what the price is. Now, I know I paid tax and I know I paid for shipping, but I can tell you this, if it's not licensed, I don't pay full price for anything. I never pay full price for anything. If it's in my club, it's automatically discounted because I know I have more than $30. If it's anything that I'm ordering directly from Scentsy, unless it's a business expense, like for the new season sales items, the kits, those are different. I may pay full price for those, but normally I don't. I use my rewards on open parties. I always have 3 open parties at any given time. One of them says not with a party, click me. August sales, or August online sales, and then I'll have somebody else that has a party going on. Sometimes I throw in another one and I'll just be, if I know there's a huge collection coming out. So I always have parties open. No matter, I may have no host. I may be the only host. but I always have parties going on so I can do these type of things. I can get free warmers, I can get free wax. So when I'm calculating prices, I'm calculating what would I have spent if I was a customer, what discount would be on there, and then that's how I calculate what I'm going to sell my stuff for. Because technically, I don't need the double commission. I need to get rid of products. That's where you have to figure out is like, are you trying to get rid of products or are you trying to get more money? So that's where you have to pick. So in my event, it's a 2-hour thing. It is simple. It is easy. We make it like I stack everything up. I pre-package everything. I mean, that's kind of what I do. This next time, because September starts in a week or so, we are having a new season. We have new scents coming out. I did print off fragrance, the fragrance grid. So if they say, ooh, is blah, blah, blah coming back, I can be like, yeah, Anna's coming back in these scents. So I have 2 of these printed off, one for me, one for my husband. I always do a sheet, like a sales sheet, so my husband knows what the prices are. Most of the time he knows, but sometimes he doesn't because he doesn't know what I discount them to or whatever. And again, I'm trying to get rid of inventory. I'm trying to meet new people, I'm trying to get new customers, and I'm trying to make sure that they know that I'm here. Most of these people are local. They come in from my town, and it's so funny because they're like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't even know you sell Scentsy." And I'm like, "I've been in the moms group for 5, 6 years." Yeah, I post every Wednesday because it's Work at Mom Wednesday. Every Wednesday I post some kind of Scentsy post, and I love when they tell me that they didn't even know that they had a Scentsy consultant. But that also means they didn't look. I'm the only one listed in Canada. I'm the only one listed. Actually, I take that back. Now that you do not have to keep a title, I'm not the only one listed in Canada. I think there's 3 of us. So I was incorrect in that. The other thing is most of the time I'm still the closest one to anybody who is not an essential or certified. I'm always listed. So that's what I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. So that's the kind of things I do. Make a list, do the small events, get to know people. Make sure that you manage how much money you have to pay with how much money you might get. Me putting $10 for 2 hours, that for me is well worth it because at least if I sell one 6-pack of wax, then I've paid for my thing and made some money for 2 hours. That's what I got for you guys today. I love you all. I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you guys soon.